Hello, I'm TheNerdySteve, and welcome to my movie review channel. If you like what you see, I'd appreciate you liking, commenting, or subscribing. Today, we'll be reviewing Michael Tiddes' Scary Movie in one take. So, let's go. Years after surviving a Ghostface attack, Cindy Campbell and friends must face the fact that there is another killer on the loose. And this time, their children's lives are also at stake. Look, I don't hold the Scary Movie franchise in high regard. I don't think they're particularly amazing, but I do kind of enjoy the first two. For this movie, I was anticipating a somewhat surprisingly cohesive story filled with references to horror movies and some slapstick comedy and jokes. And I got a somewhat cohesive story, but that's about it, because it was not particularly funny. I don't think I have a high bar for what is funny, but maybe I do. Who can really be the judge of that? But this movie made me laugh out loud maybe twice and chuckle a couple of other times. But it was mostly devoid of any meaningful humor. My theater was not completely packed, but it had a decent audience, and I'd say most of them would agree. There was very little laughter. And I wish I knew exactly why it wasn't funny. I think there are a couple of reasons I can articulate. First, some of the material itself is dated. I'm not going to say or defend whether or not the gay jokes involving Ray were funny in the original Scary Movie, but they mostly aren't here. You can't just use him being gay as a punchline anymore. It just comes across as lazy. There was a Brokeback Mountain joke I found funny, but most of the jokes felt sophomoric in nature, like something your middle school cousin would write. They just were not clever. I think you can say that about a lot of the jokes here. Second, the physical comedy was not great. I felt that some of the hits could have been harder and some of the reactions to be much larger. I didn't find the acting to be as over the top as I wanted it to be. It felt like there was a lack of commitment to certain bits. If the performers aren't fully embracing the wackiness of what's going on, I'm not going to either. Third, references themselves are not funny. This film has a ton of them, but I feel like it relies on the reference itself for the joke instead of being creative with it. A parody is most effective when it's elevating and saying something about the original. Here it's more like, oh, this is from Sinners, this is from Get Out, this is from The Substance, this is from Weapons. It just pointed at each movie and that was it. I do not find that very satisfying. For these reasons and more, it just was not funny. And when you're a comedy, that's basically the bottom line. Overall, Scary Movie was an absolute disaster. Its saving grace is that it's relatively short and flows very quickly. It's been a long time since I've watched a comedy that was this bereft of my own laughter. Nothing landed for me. And hey, maybe it will for you. I don't know. But sadly, this is a huge pass. I'm TheNerdySteve, and thank you so much for watching. And as always, like and subscribe and comment below to tell me how right or wrong you think I am. Have a wonderful morning, evening, or afternoon, wherever you are. Bye.